Hey folks, we're here with Jesse Sutherland from Tomatoes on Blue Lakes in Twin Falls, and this restaurant has been a Twin Falls staple for decades, right? Kind of talk a little bit about what it means to do business in Twin Falls and have a restaurant that's been successful for so long.
Yeah, you bet. My brother Roger actually got involved in the restaurant. He actually was part of the team that actually brought it together and started it up. And about 7 years ago, he came to me and said, hey, would you be interested in getting involved in the restaurant business? And obviously, I'd spent a lot of time here with family, eating food and getting familiar with the food, and loved it. So to me, when he asked me that question, it was a no-brainer. It's a great location, it's a great product, it's got a good name, and so I said, definitely, let's get involved and let's be part of this.
And as you've seen, Twin Falls has just exploded over the last, several years, and so many new businesses, a lot of those new restaurants. But you guys keep trucking along. It seems like there's a lot more options, but you guys have found a way to kind of stand out, right? Talk about that a little bit.
And that's pretty easy when you talk about bacon spezie. Bacon spezie is our number one pasta in the restaurant. Everybody loves it. Roger came up with that recipe probably 14 years ago, and it's just gone like wildfire. And everybody.
Tell us about how the bacon spezie came to be, because it's almost on accident, right?
Sure, and that's something that Roger probably doesn't like to talk about, but we have an actual dish that's called the chicken and shrimp spezie, and he's not a shrimp fan, so he obviously loves bacon, so he substituted the bacon in there for the shrimp, and then put cheese on top of it. And so he would make that for himself all the time, and some of the employees caught onto it and loved it and started eating it. Well, one day it accidentally went to a customer, and they realized what had happened. So they grab his right dish, they go out to the customer, and I'm sorry, sir, you got the wrong pasta, here's your pasta. And he's like, I'm keeping this, I want this. And so they'd been working with it enough that they realized maybe we should put it on the menu, and so they did, and it's just been crazy.
Now, you guys, honestly, if the bacon spezie would run for mayor in Twin Falls, it would win by a landslide.
Everybody would know about it.
Seriously, and people have tried to replicate it. People have tried. It's almost like you have some sort of secret. Sauce here or something where, I don't know if you put crack cocaine in there. People are addicted to the bacon spezie.
They are addicted, and we do get a lot of repeat customers that come in, just grab it to go, heading to Boise or heading wherever they may be, taking it home, and a lot of people come in just to get that bacon spezie. And it's interesting you mentioned the sauces. That's something I think that's really helped us as a staple as a company. We make all of our own sauces in-house. So we've got some secret recipes, family recipes that has been in the industry since the 50s. And so, just today I started a batch of marinara sauce, and so that's a 6-hour cooking process for us, so I've got a batch of marinara that's back there getting ready to be made. Same thing with our lasagna sauce. We've got our special meats that we put in our lasagna sauce and spices, and that's a 3-hour process for us to make. And so, same with the pizza. We've got our own recipes that we make in store, using our own spices and our own products to create our wonderful sauces that people die for. And that's just a small part of it, And so, obviously, building a recipe, there's a lot of ingredients going into it. And I think the bacon spezie was one of those marks that just hit it just right.
Yeah, so some good lessons there for any business owner, right? So, have a process that is yours, that is unique to you, and have something that that your fans rave about, and also have an establishment where people have been coming for years and years and years, and that you can't really replicate that with a new restaurant coming to town. There's not that loyalty, I guess you could say. Right. One other thing that you guys are doing that I think is super interesting is getting into the quick service restaurants. And so we've got one in Jerome, one in Kimberly. How did that come about, and what do you have going on there?
Yeah, sure. That's actually pretty exciting for us, because we have a lot of people following the bacon spezie, and they keep saying, hey, you got to come to our town. You got to come to our area. We want to be able to have bacon spezie in our town. And so the best way for us to do that was to open up a little quick service. And so we actually started in Kimberly, and it was not more of a proof of concept. Can we really do this in in a quick format, you know. And so the citizens of Kimberly just ate it up. They loved it, gave us good reviews, said this is spot on, we love it, and you know. And so for us, it was a good sign. It's like, okay, where can we take this next step? And so we tried to look at some of the other markets in the area that we could capitalize on. And Jerome happened to be a good opportunity came, and so we jumped on it. And so we're looking at other markets and trying to find good spots to go and hopefully get out there to those markets that have been asking, you know, for a while to get there. And obviously, you know, trying to logistics of growing a business remotely is a little challenging. So,
Sure.
you know, we're even looking in the Boise market and stuff like that. So we'll see how things go. But it's exciting because you still get the great product and in a quicker fashion.
So, Bacon Spezie coming to a town near you really quick, hopefully,
There you go,
right?
there you go.
All right, Jesse, great talking to
Hey,
you. Thanks
thanks
so much for the
Appreciate it, Ryan.